Well, good evening, everybody. This is your September 9th, 2023 edition of Collision
You know what I call it?
After Dark.
I caught the garage.
The Garage.
It's Collision After Dark, baby.
Well, hello, everybody. This is your your host for the evening. I am the captain of the ship this evening. The ship a la Collision After Dark. I am the effing expert, Mr. Isaacs.
I salute you, sir. And I am, of course, the patron saint of all of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. My name is Canada Dry.
And with us, as always, the freaking Iron Man of effing wrestling. I mean, this guy is everywhere. You can find him taking out the trash, cleaning the toilets. He's serving and catering. He's on every single show, like sometimes duplicated. The guy right below me, the guy with the best hair in the world. Introduce yourself, sir.
It's the effing Golden Graham. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
You know what? He also makes a mighty fine martini shaken, not stirred.
Ooh, that sounds fantastic right now. And right next to him, we have a gentleman who I don't think has been on any shows in a while, but I'm excited to have him back. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Justin. Joe knows me as from Northern Mafia. This is actually my first time on Collision After Dark, so I'm very happy to be here.
Excellent. We are very happy to have you, sir. And as we discussed, we are here to talk about AEW Collision. And Anna Dry, do you have something you want to say before we get started?
Yeah, I just wanted to, give a shout out to Justin for being back on the show. Just glad to have him. I just want to ask you something, Justin. I heard a little rumor that you used to have a teddy bear named Poopy Bear. Is that true?
I don't know what you mean by that, but
did you not have a teddy bear called Poopy Bear?
Poopy Bear, huh?
That is an odd name for a teddy bear.
Mr. Isaacs, we might as well just start this before this goes off the rails.
I was going to say, was he like...
Let me just say, he's not confirming nor denying this.
Well, maybe he had maybe Poopy Bear had a gluten allergy, and the porridge that he ate from made him sick. I mean, that's a very real possibility. I don't know.
Yeah, like some bears get poopy sometimes. It's a natural thing.
The question is it in the woods?
Ooh. And did anybody hear it? Because it was
no. The sound of one hand clapping.
Questions. See, these are the hard-hitting philosophical questions that we answer. We don't shy away from these here on Effin' Wrestling.
No.
That's what we do. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the show. Now, I got to credit my man Golden Graham down here for the notes for the opening match, because I had a Domino's pizza that was showing up, and it was running a little late. So,
Domino's pizza running late? Isn't their motto like 20 minutes or less?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
I think
used
so.
to be.
I think
they got rid of that because they suck now. So
the legal department
used
was
to be
like,
like
get rid of that shit.
If you didn't get it in a certain period of time, it was free.
Look, it's bad. Domino's is like, we'll pay you to come pick up our pizzas. You get $2.
So the show opens up with interviews from the four individuals in the tournament. You know the spiel, the little opening segment that we always see on Collision. And this leads us into the first match, which was Jon Moxley versus Action Andretti for the international title. Justin, I'm going to start with you since you're the esteemed guest this evening. What did you think of the opening match?
I thought it was a pretty solid way to open up the show, to be honest with you. I will say this, I'm very happy that Moxley has a championship another championship in AEW. He deserved it in a national championship. At this point, I really don't see anybody for it.
All right. Golden Graham, what are your thoughts, buddy?
Yeah, this match was better than I thought it would be. Like, there was really a lot of give and take, a lot of back and forth. Like, the action was great. I mean, I could take umbrage with the selling of the knee and then he's diving outside it. That don't make any sense. But, I mean, it's nice as usual to see them continuing the legacy of the international title and having it open up a show. It's almost always a good match with
Absolutely.
whoever is the international champion. So,
and it's interesting. Like, we're not used to Moxley like having these really good matches anymore. And like here lately, he's been killing it. The past couple of weeks, he's been having some really good matches. I thought this was a very solid match as well. I was wondering whether or not Moxley's knee was like legitimately hurt, and I think there's a chance it was. Because he's the type too that even if his knee's hurt, he's still going to jump outside and make it worse. That's just what John Moxley does. But I thought this was a solid match. Andretti leaned in pretty heavy to the heel heat because the Ohio crowd was clearly for Moxley, and I like that. Yeah, it was a good match. Pretty solid. Canada Dry, what'd you think of it?
I really, really enjoyed this match. And I don't like Action Andretti at all.
You don't like
and
Moxley,
even more, you don't like Moxley.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like Moxley, but I like him more than I like Andretti. Like, but these guys, they put on a good match. There's a couple. I'm not going to blame Andretti completely for it, but there was a drop kick that didn't even connect.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I don't know if that it could have totally been Mox's fault. It's not always the guy giving the drop kick.
Yeah.
But they but other than that, this match was definitely some good flow, and if the best match I've seen Andretti in ages.
I would agree with that. Did the kick kind of remind you of like the Phantom Sasha Banks kicks from the Women's Royal Rumble a couple years back?
Oh
Remember
yeah, she
that?
had a few that didn't connect at all.
She threw like 5 kicks and like not a single one of them even touched her opponent's body.
Yeah.
I just laugh about that. I see that shared on Twitter sometimes. It's
Or
pretty
the Dark Order, where they're missing the punches.
Oh yeah, with
the Swarm the Swarm.
Well, a video package of the history between Adam Cole and Roderick Strong is shown. Strong's doing his usual thing where he's garnering sympathy with the neck brace on. He's got the glasses on to make him look more innocent. He says it hurts to see Cole consider MJF a brother. And yeah, this is just kind of strange. I don't know. Do you all have any thoughts on this promo before we move on?
I always enjoy it. I enjoy it. So far, the show is off to a nice little gliding start. That the promo adds to it.
Golden Graham, do you have any thoughts on this?
I mean, it was a fine promo. I just curious as to like I don't understand what they're trying to do. I guess like I don't understand why he's clearly the a-hole in this situation, but like they're trying to make us sympathize with him. It's kind of weird.
Well, they're trying to mess with our emotions a bit for sure.
Well, guys, we're going to backtrack and go back to the first match here because I believe we have a guest and we have Mr. Ruthless himself. What is up, Caleb?
Nothing much,
Ruthless
everybody.
one.
How you guys doing?
What's up,
Good,
Caleb?
my man. What do you have to share with us this evening? Do you have a comment or a question for us?
No questions. Since I enjoy the first match, it was a good start for Grand Square Week.
Who did you like better in that, Moxley or did you like Action Andretti?
It's just very pissing off Sammy. I was not too happy, but John Moxley got the win. Good for him.
Yeah. Do you think Moxley's going to be a good international champion?
Yes, he deserved that title. and he needs to keep that title away from people.
Does anyone have any questions for Caleb? No? Okay.
No.
Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Caleb, you got anything else for us, buddy, before we say bye?
No, I'm saying, just keep fighting. Hi, Justin. How you doing, buddy?
Gotta give the
Okay.
fist, but just keep fighting.
Yep. Justin dropped off. All right, Caleb. I want you to have a good night, brother. Thanks for
You
joining
too.
us, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye. And if the Laughatron joins us again, we'll get
I
There we
love
go.
the call-ins.
it's a nice touch. It is a
Yeah.
nice touch. I like it.
Yeah, I just like people popping in.
Yeah, it gives that old school like talk radio feel, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I think that's pretty cool. I dig that. All right, let me get my notes back up here. Justin, are you back with us, man? You hear us okay? Yeah, I don't know if he can communicate or not, but
That's all right. Let's just
let's go on to
Come on,
match number
sorry.
1 here. It was Chris Statlander versus Robin Renegade. Now, I had no clue who this lady was, but apparently her and her twin sister wrestle in AEW.
Yeah, they
they're
were
former NWA tag champions.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, Robin Renegade, that is such an indie name.
yes.
Reminds me of something from WWE in the 80s. Remember Robin? Rock and Robin?
Rock and Robin. Yeah. Jake Roberts' sister. Yeah. This is Robin Renegade. It just sounds very indie-ish to me.
It's Jake daughter's Jake the Snake's niece.
Right. Well, I mean, this was an interesting match. I mean, Renegade got a little more offense in than I figured she would. Statlander kind of wins with an awkward looking roll up. Like, I don't know if that was, I don't know if it was supposed to end at that point or what. But the twin sister jumps in and attacks her, and we get the return. JFB is going to be very upset he missed this. Of his girl, Jade Cargill, who comes out to the ring, beats up these renegade twins, and of course attacks Statlander because she wants her title back. Golden Graham, what'd you think of this?
I have zero desire to see her go after that TBS title. Like, none. Let her, at least let her work her way back up. Don't just put her right back at the top of the card. Like, it just feels like that division, the TBS division, is just stuck in the mud. It's going to go in reverse if that's what they go with.
Canada Dry, what say you, pal?
Yeah, I enjoyed this little what'd you call it? Almost a squidge match, but not quite, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
one of those glorified squish matches.
Yes, we call it the glorified squish. I enjoyed this match. I can never not enjoy a Chris Statlander match. I'm a big fan of Chris Statlander. She can boop me anytime.
We got Noob in the house. What's
Hello,
going on, Noob?
noob.
No Saturday Night Fever. Well, it's good that you don't have a fever, buddy.
Yeah.
No, that's the finisher. That's what Stat calls our finisher.
Oh, okay. I honestly didn't
Or,
even remember that.
I think it depends on what night. It's like Wednesday or Saturday Night Fever. Probably
I
Wednesday
gotcha.
night because I think they might get sued over Saturday Night Fever. So
Probably. John Travolta wouldn't like that. Scientology'd be knocking on the door.
Chris Statler beating the crap out of all the Scientologists.
It looked like the scene in Airplane where like all the religious guys are coming up and he's beating them up, and the one guy he throws goes Scientology.
I imagine Bryan Danielson would be the first in line to start kicking them all. So
Noob says everyone remember when the Renegade Twins were in NWA, only to drop the NWA women's tag titles, which is random. So I think we just mentioned that a second ago that they were in the NWA. I wasn't even aware of that. But
yeah, I didn't know either.
looks like we might have Justin back. Justin, can you hear us, buddy?
Can you guys hear me?
I can
I
hear
can.
you now.
I got a song for you. I'm bringing Justin back.
Ooh.
All those other hosts don't know how to act. Yeah.
Ooh.
So I do want to say this one thing, and I don't want to mess up the show like this. If for some reason I keep cutting out, you guys might have to just go on with the 3-man crew.
Yeah, you could make that decision on your own, Justin.
Yeah, we can do that, man. It's not an issue if that ends up happening. We appreciate you being here regardless and giving it a shot. But
Yeah.
the next segment we have here was an Outcast promo. They're pissed at Tony Storm, because she's crazy and throws shoes at people. Talks about how she's lost it. I mean, I think they kind of cut the same kind of promo last week. Soraya's hyping up the championship match with the to be determined opponents, and references when she first joined AEW, and she's coming full circle and going to make a re-debut in the same town with the title something or other. I mean, not really much of consequence here. Does anybody have something you want to say about this before we move on?
No, we're good.
Okay.
No, real quick. I just love that they point out that Tony Storm was getting a mayonnaise like mask.
Yes, that was good.
A mayonnaise mask.
Well, they're not giving up on Tony Storm yet. They want to keep her on, and they want to, shake her silly, get her
I
smart.
want to know what's going on with you, Tony. Stop throwing shoes, Tony.
Did you hear Mr. Isaac's Paul Heyman impression this morning?
Did anyone hear it?
I did, yes. I was watching. I heard it.
Well, let me propose to you, gentlemen, that Brock Lesnar can go over The Undertaker, which would make him infinitely more valuable to the WWE.
By God, that's good shit.
Where can we sign Mr. Isaacs up to be the next Paul Heyman?
The Paul Heyman of TDS, if you wail.
There we go. Yeah, maybe I'll be the spokesperson of TDS. Who knows? We'll see.
You got my vote.
Eddie
Yep,
Kingston
Hades
and
the king,
Claudio.
you're the spokesman.
The spokesman, yeah, absolutely. Eddie Kingston and Claudio sit down with good old Schiavone, and this was kind of. I got a phone call during this, so I kind of missed some of it, but it was just kind of like a personal back and forth. And Kingston, you know what you did? You sat down with my family, and blah 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 blah. And yeah, I kind of. That was about all I got from it. Canada,
I love this segment, Jeremy. Because it's just like, okay, finally, we're gonna get them in Arthur Ashe, both titles on the line. I don't like the part about. I think Claudio comes off a bit cheesy in this, but in the end, I think like getting that ROH World Title on Kingston at Arthur Ashe will be big.
Yeah. Justin, what'd you think, man?
Well, just like Saraya at All In London, where she had a big moment, Tony Khan is all about the big moments, and I think I agree with Canada Dry here. Again, the title on Eddie Kingston in New York City is going to be the biggest moment in this company's history.
And it's probably, I mean, it's about time, right? It's about Claudio hands over this belt to somebody else. He's had this.
That's that he's the champion.
Yeah. Like
just let
Moxley
Moxley be the only guy in that faction as champion. Please.
Golden Graham, do you have any thoughts on the Eddie Kingston? I know you're a big Eddie Kingston guy. Like Kingston Claudio sit down.
This would be better if Claudio didn't knock Eddie Kingston for a loop at All In with that uppercut and beat him like that.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint. Like, I would have much rather this been set up and like, I beat you at All In. Now let's go one-on-one. I think.
Well, they're doing the 50-50 booking here.
Yeah, no, it's dumb.
We are at match number 2, gentlemen. We got Bullet Club Gold minus good old Switchblade Jay White, who they apparently had a cardboard cutout of, and brought
They
into
had
the
card
ring.
plate.
Yeah, and they were against. And I'm sorry, I was on the phone again. I missed. They're against 3 masked guys. Did anybody catch their names?
It was Aerostar, Gravity, and then I don't know the third one. It was like
There's a guy with a mask on that had a mustache on the mask. What the hell is this?
I was wondering. It almost looked like Lindsay Dorado. I don't know if that's who it was or not.
But it was like mustache on the mask. Like it was almost like Groucho Marx stuff.
So I have in my notes here: Bullet Club Gold against 3 masked guys.
That works.
Juice Robinson had like this this random like thing that he had framed that said Collision Cowboy of the Month, Rock Hard Juice Robinson. And I swear this looked like this was a poster for like a ladies strip club or something. Like,
He did that on purpose.
I saw a close up of it. Apparently, it's like his commitment to the Bang Bang Gang or something like
oh,
that.
Jesus. That sounds even more like it's fitting for a ladies club.
I'm all about the Pepsi Phil here, guys.
Pepsi Phil. The match gets started and stay tuned for picture. That's not what Kevin Kelly sounds like, but I just like Excalibur and the way he does it. So we get the picture. I think this was a pretty solid up-tempo trios match. It was nothing spectacular, but it was energetic. It was fun. It was fast-paced. Obviously, Bullet Club Gold comes out with the victory here. Golden Graham, what do you think of this match?
Yeah, I mean, this was one of those matches where the outcome was never in doubt. But, I mean, Bullet Club Gold, they work well together, as much as I hate to admit it. So, and like you said, like it's just three random luchadors thrown together. They really don't stand much of a chance against Bullet Club. So,
I'm starting to see a pattern in a lot of these trios matches. It's like, let's take three random masked guys and put them out there to do the job. Canada, what'd you think?
I think it was just they were just there. If this was the worst match on the card so far, it just dragged on. It didn't need to be this long. I would have preferred a couple minutes earlier in this thing, but it was a time filler. Yeah, basically. All right, well, nothing really too remarkable there, so we'll go ahead and move on. Bullet Club Gold gets the victory. We have a promo from CJ Perry, formerly Lana, and it looks like she's kind of going into Miro kind of rejecting her and, whatever, and says she wants to manage Miro again. So be curious to see what happens here. I'm not sure what they're working towards, if they're going to kind of maybe tease that she's going to manage Miro and then maybe cost Miro and go with somebody else. I don't know. But Justin, what do you think of the CJ Perry Lana return promo?
I absolutely love it. I like CJ Perry / Lana. I've always have. I think WWE run kind of meh for her, but I'm excited to see what she does in AEW.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought her acting was pretty decent. Oddly enough, like I thought she sounded all right.
It's weird to not hear her with her Russian accent.
Yeah, that is really weird. But she kind of got rid of that towards the end of her WWE run, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like she stopped doing the Russian thing and just all of a sudden I'm an American now. Isn't that cool?
Ta-da!
Surprise! It was me all along.
So we see an ad after this.
I just wanted to say something on that. I think that it was that was a on fire promo that CJ Perry did.
Yeah.
Like that is on level with like anything I've seen any woman do in a promo.
It was good. Like she had acting chops.
Yes, I was so impressed. So I wanted to make sure I gave her props because that to me was gold.
As long as she stays as a manager.
I don't mind her being a wrestler every once in a while.
She was pretty rough as a wrestler.
Here's hoping they don't go the WWE way and have her leave Miro and join Hobbs like they did with
please.
Yeah, that's what they had going with Dolph
She's
Ziggler.
gonna do the John Cena and Miro can't see her.
Basically.
So we moved on
not real.
A Dark Order t-shirt ad. This is very strange. Like they were like hyping up going to the merchandise stand, and I don't know what to make of this. This is really strange and really weird.
Well, because they said they're going to start recruiting again.
Yeah.
So
I absolutely love this. I love this. Brings back to the old school Dark Order, but they have the cheesy smiles, and I love Ryan Reynolds' part in this. Talk about Ryan Reynolds. I did that again.
Deadpool wasn't here, pal.
Ryan Reynolds is not at the building. What's his name?
Alex.
Alex Reynolds. That's right.
Yeah.
His younger brother, Alex Reynolds. um, yes. I love Alex Reynolds' part in all this. And he's really getting to be one of the characters. And I love the part where they all just smiled and they focused on Evil Uno's mask smiling as well. I'm loving the attention they're getting.
Yeah, absolutely. Golden Graham, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, this was pretty good. I'm curious to see who they get to join because I have no idea who it could be at the moment. But I'll look forward to it. I'll give it a chance. I want to see him succeed. I love Johnny Hungy, so
as Canada Dry flashes the Pepsi. The Canada Dry company.
Pepsi is not a sponsor. You need to stop.
Yes.
We're going from W to Pepsi. That's a pretty large jump.
We're going straight for the Pepsi. Pepsi, we love you.
Justin, what did you think of this? Did you have any thoughts on this Dark Order promo? Justin. 1 2. Justin 1 2.
Just did.
Yeah, we should probably move on.
All right. Well, we got on the daddy ass and the acclaimed promo. This is just kind of weird too. They just kind of talked about where they've been and where they're going to go, and you saw a scissor go around the various cities of the U.S. showing where they're going to go. That's pretty much all this was. Did either of you have any thoughts on this before we move on?
It was, no comment.
Yeah. We got Justin back. You good, brother? All right, well.
No, we can't hear us.
Match number 3, we had Rey Fenix versus Angelico, who's back from the dead, apparently. I guess Jack Evans is still with the Mexican cartels, but...
How did Angelico come back to life?
Well, he disappeared forever.
Oh, I thought you said they killed him off in a story.
No, he's been on ROH.
This is not Impact.
He's been on Ring of Honor. Yeah, this wasn't. I don't mean he was literally like the character was literally killed. No,
Impact does that all the time. So
yeah.
Not a fan of killing off characters, by the way.
Yeah, not for me either. No entrance from Angelico. You know what that means, guys. Come on. You don't give somebody an entrance, you know what that means. I mean, this was kind of a solid, basic lucha match. My only real comment here is that I'm glad to see Phoenix getting some love as a singles wrestler.
Yes,
because I think it's time. It's time for him and Penta to stop being a tag team and be singles because they're way better singles than they are as a tag. My personal opinion. Canada Dry, what'd you think?
Yeah, I think that's where they're going with this because you got Penta being the different version of himself as well. So they're both going to be moving out and becoming stars on their own. So I'm excited for this. And Penta really can get in that main event spot once in a while. I'd like to see him with the championship somewhere, a singles championship somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I could definitely see that. Justin says, "Sorry guys, I tried my best with it." It's all good, man.
That's all good. You made your appearance. You you pleased the ladies across America with your pretty face.
It is all good, my man. Don't you worry at all about it. We'll hold it down from here. We had an FTR promo. FTR is announcing the FTR Open Challenge. Now, it's very interesting to me. It seems like every single title in AEW right now is either wrapped up in a tournament or some kind of open challenge gimmick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure why that seems to be the case or why. I mean, it's fine, whatever.
I don't care. But if you're going to run an open challenge, don't announce the challengers a week before the show. Let it actually be a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. And it would be best too if it wasn't just enhancement talent that doesn't have an intro that just gets beat up.
Yes.
But nothing really more to add to that. Match number 4 is Roderick Strong versus Darby Allin. Now, I gotta say, I absolutely love the end of Heartbreak by Killswitch Engage. Like, I'm so happy that Roderick Strong is using that theme. I love that song. The Kingdom accompanies Strong to ringside.
Well, we have to mention what happened to Darby before.
Well, We haven't got there yet.
Okay, sorry.
We're just talking about right now. Kingdom is accompanying Strong to ringside in his introduction. Now, when it gets to Darby and he starts coming out with a skateboard, Luchasaurus, surprise, surprise, pops out of nowhere and attacks Darby. And Christian asks him, "Are you in this tournament because you can't be TNT champion? I will make sure you never win a championship." And
You hear me?
and Luchasaurus does his best Kevin Nash, Rey Mysterio throwback impression and does the lawn dart thing into the steel door.
Yep.
But I don't think anybody called the cops this time like they did whenever Nash did that to Ray. But
No, because they were inside this time, not outside.
right.
And people are a little bit smarter now.
Kevin Kelly's kind of doing his best JR stick here of like being just outraged. He's just got to voice his outrage here, which kind of sounded a little over the top and goofy in my opinion. Kevin Kelly's used to doing all this straight New Japan commentary where he's not really supposed to, like, he doesn't really have to act. He's just calling moves. So, when he gets back to the kind of a more entertainment-based American style, it's like, oh, I can't believe he did that. It just kind of came across as awkward, but he did his best JR stick without calling the Hills sons of bitches. Is basically my note. Well, what did you all think of the introduction here with what happened with Luchasaurus and Darby? Golden Graham, what did you think of that before we go to the actual match?
Well, first off, I don't understand why Darby was surprised. Like, he's skating and he acts all surprised when a hand comes out. I'm like, dude, he's right in front of you. Come on now. But yeah, like this was a good way to give Roddy the win without making Darby look weak.
Right.
Make him look bad or anything like that. So, I mean, it served its purpose. It was very strategic.
Aaron, do you have any thoughts on this before we actually get to the actual match itself?
Yeah, it was a nice little thing to weaken Darby. It really makes you really consider what AEW thinks of Darby Allin. That in order for him to lose, he has to have the world upon it, just slapped on his back.
Yeah.
So again, that's the only way we're letting Darby lose.
It protects his image and makes him look good. Puts him over by losing. Yeah, exactly. Darby comes out to no music with Nick Wayne, who's encouraging him to continue. I think that's kind of a little subtle hint of, Nick Wayne turning on him eventually, trying to encourage him to go out when he really shouldn't and fight.
Yeah.
I think it's going to kind of work towards that direction. But, Strong works the back here. That's typically his thing. The commentators mentioned that it was damaged during the coffin match at Wembley. So you could tell they're building the story here. They're using the psychology to tell the story that Darby is just too damn hurt to end up winning this match. Selling his ass off, had a horrible looking bump on the top turnbuckle, then flipping over and smacking his head into the ring apron. Yeah. I thought, like, oh my God, this guy's got to be legitimately hurt here.
Yeah.
And of course, Strong deadlifts his carcass back into the ring. We go to picture in picture. Back into action. Darby's still doing well. Hits the coffin drop. Kingdom starts moving towards Darby, prompting Wayne to join in. And here comes AR Fox to back him up.
What does AR Fox say?
Candy had to go, Darby. So I'm here to help you now. But obviously, this is kind of teasing dissension with AR Fox and Nick Wayne. Strong ends up picking up the victory. Wayne and Fox are in the check on Darby. Wayne pushes Fox. Awkward stares all around in this whole thing. Canada Dry, what'd you think of the match?
I thought the match was really good. Like, you had the Kingdom out there. You had Roderick Strong. You had Nick Wayne and AR Fox. And it was just this beautiful storytelling with all the things, including even Luchasaurus for earlier. Like, it was just this nice way to tell the story of that eventual match between Nick Wayne and Darby Allin. And this kid, they're already tagging him for like a franchise player. You can see it. Like, this is our future world champion right here.
Oh, absolutely. The next up, we have a Golden Graham. Did I get your thoughts on the match?
No.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I love this match. Like that sick kick from Roddy is just a thing of beauty. Like I love it so much. He just delivers it so well. Yeah, but like there's really not much more to add to what Canada Dry said. Like the storytelling was great, setting things up, the story beats, everything. And the great thing was like I could have legitimately seen either one of these two winning. Because you could either go with the Roddy story of wanting to get to MJF, or you could have just went with the next week to rerun back Joe and Darby. Like there was
Like,
really
how-
no wrong
How
choice.
long
in
has
it.
this Nick Wayne kid been on the show? Has it been like 2 months?
Yeah, about 2 months. Yep,
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
turned 18 in July.
And he has 0 wins, and already he's a star.
He's got 1 win.
Yes, 1 tag team win,
Yep,
but
1
0
tag
wins in single competition. Like, this is amazing how you can get someone over without ever winning a match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Difference between getting over and going over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that. That's a good phrase there. I like that. We go to the back and we got a segment with Keith Lee, promo with Lexi Nair. This was about the most nothing burger promo I think I've ever seen in my life. He just says, "People were hiding from me on the other show, and now I'm on this show, and I am Collision." And that's it.
I like
Oh
other
no,
than
he gave the Bray Wyatt tribute.
yeah, the tribute to Bray Wyatt.
Right.
Run.
Yeah. I
Which was
missed it.
kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. There was a promo for the Righteous from Ring of Honor. That was interesting and unexpected. Not really even addressed by the commentators. So, I mean, I guess they're probably going to show up on Collision at some point. So that'll be interesting to see. I always kind of like to see them. Schiavone's back in the ring. He brings out Bryan Danielson. And Bryan Danielson, tell us what's next.
Hold on, I have to address something, Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah.
His name is Tony Schiavone.
Okay.
I need you to
Harry.
get this right.
Schiavone. Yeah, so he asked him what's next. He goes into the spiel about how he promised that when his little girl was 7 that he was going to give up wrestling, and she's 6 now. The crowd was booing. I was hoping they weren't going to boo over his daughter.
You and Costin is our favorite wrestler.
Boo! Screw your daughter! I want to see you wrestle. He's referencing mythological creatures here, and he's kicking everyone's head in. I mean, pretty intense promo here from Bryan Danielson, and he calls out none other than the best technical wrestler in the world, Zack Sabre Jr. for Wrestle Dream.
No,
So-
he said the person who calls himself
Ooh,
the
yes,
best technical wrestler
Allegedly.
in the world.
yes. Canada Dry, what did you think of this Bryan Danielson promo?
Oh my goodness. Like, it was a bit of a bombshell. Like, we've only got him for like 1 more year before he starts winding down. Or even, like, it was kind of convoluted. It could last maybe as long as 2 years.
Yeah, because he did say when she's turned 7, I'll start winding down my career.
Yeah, so it can leave it a little bit open-ended. So we have 1 to 2 years left of Bryan Danielson.
What I didn't tell you is the wind down period is a decade.
When
Anyways,
she's 18, I'll have my last match.
at the end of the promo, Ricky Starks is out with Big Bill. They go back and forth a little bit. They attack Danielson. Moxley's out to attempt to save, but is booted in the head by Big Bill. So this is apparently, they immediately after this announced that Big Bill was going to wrestle Moxley on Dynamite, which led to a Big Bill promo with Schiavone backstage. And he responds to being booked against Moxley for Dynamite, and the Lucha Bros come up to him. Ray Phoenix says, "I'm next in line, pal. Not you."
Back of the line.
Even though TK said you get a shot on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yo, TK, fix this.
Big Bill should have been like, "Little man, your foot couldn't even reach Moxley's head." That's what he should have said to him. I think that would have been kind of cool. But yeah, so this leads into the main event. Samoa Joe versus Penta El Zero Mero.
Well, before we go on, can we talk about how Danielson was going to offer a spot in BCC?
Oh, yeah, go
Which
ahead.
from a story point, I don't understand why he didn't join, because he sits there and complains about how the spotlight isn't on him, how he falls to the wayside. Like, if you join BCC, you're automatically look at what it did for Wheeler Yuta.
He's a little ahead of Wheeler Yuta.
I understand that, but no, I'm saying from a kayfabe story, if he's complaining about, oh, no one ever looks at me, the spotlight's never on me, to join one of the dominant factions in AEW.
He doesn't want to share the spotlight, though. He wants it just to be his.
I mean,
I think they're gonna come out and explain. Like, he's gonna say, "I know you're offering me opportunity, but I'm better than that opportunity."
Exactly.
I mean, at the moment he's not, but okay.
No, but if you're selling that you're the ultimate bad guy, whatever, right?
Yeah. Match 5, Samoa Joe versus Penta El Zero Mero. Good old JR is out for commentary. It's good that they, wheel him out to do a main event once in a while. That's always nice.
Wheel him out.
What if they just start?
Oh, I remember when the chocolate bar was a nickel.
What if they just started bringing him out in a wheelchair and like a straight jacket and a muzzle, and then they just take it off of him and set him down at the chair? And
then he just starts speaking 1,000,000 miles an hour.
I'd like to see them do that with him eventually. I think that'd be fun to watch.
And then you get the Futurama version where it's just JR's head.
Yeah, like Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
It's Jim Ross. Son of a bitch. Well, it's a solid match between these two. I don't think this was anything spectacular. It's just kind of a basic match between these two. I love the walkaway spot where Penta flips himself into a table and Joe just casually walks away. Like, I love that spot. I love when Joe does that. Joe ends up winning with the coquina clutch submission. You guys know the routine. Golden Graham, what do you think of the main event?
I thought it was a very boring match. Like, it left me wanting, I expect more from Joe and Penta than what we got, especially for having 15 minutes of television time.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing in the match, though, is like you said, when Penta flips and Joe walks away.
Yeah.
Penta goes through the table, and the ref comes out and is like, "What did you do that for, Joe?" like it's Joe's fault that Penta went flying through the table.
Right. You did him dirty by moving. Canada, what do you think of the main event?
Yeah, I thought this was they had a good 15 minutes to do this. It could have been better. Because we know they're both capable of. I don't know. They just had an off night together, didn't have the chemistry. I don't know what it was, or maybe it's just how they choreographed the match. Maybe it just wasn't as good as that could have been.
Justin chimes in. Yeah, I agree. We could have gotten more with these guys, but it was expected that Joe won. Yeah, I mean, did anybody think Penta was winning this? Like, really? No way. Joe's winning this tournament. Like,
hear me out. Hear me out. It could go to Roderick Strong.
I guess that's a possibility.
Because then, you could have Joe getting screwed over somehow.
No.
And then Roderick, and then MJF gets him at WrestleDream.
No, I think it's going to be Joe, and then I think we're getting Roddy and Adam at.
That's what I think's going to happen. Too.
Well, yeah, it could go either way, right? So you'll get one at WrestleDream, and you'll get one at Arthur Ashe. It depends what they think is the more marketable match for the pay-per-view.
It'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. Definitely.
Yeah, because I was actually really surprised that these two were finally the both that wanted to get a hold of MJF.
All right. Well, that is the main event. Let's go ahead and do a little plugs here. You want to do some plugs, fellas?
Yeah, we got a little bit of plugging to do. Just like we're in the bathtub. Yeah, plug it up. And that's what we're going to do. You
got to keep the bubbles and the water and everything in there. I know you're a bubbly son of a bitch. You got to keep the bubbles in there.
It's automatic with me in that tub.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about our friends at Fight the World Wrestling. Canada, tell us a little bit about FTW Wrestling.
Well, FTW Wrestling is just, JFB tells me that Riverdale or Riverside is right outside of Tampa. I'll take his word for that. I don't know. But they're $250 a month, and they're run by our good friends Natalia Markova. She works for Brian Allo, who owns the school, and they got a show coming up in New York here, actually.
Ooh, nice.
And of course, it's fighttheworldwrestling.com.
Fighttheworldwrestling.com. Go learn how to be a professional wrestler.
Speaking of this, though, you see apparently they have a mixed tag match coming up in Puerto Rico, too.
Oh, yeah, the Looks That Killed, Natalia Markova and Brian Addo.
Nice. Very nice. Be sure to check that out. And we got another sponsor, too. And I love this video clip. This is the Kill City Cup. Take a look at what we got here for you.
Welcome to the Kill City Cup.
I got the world by the balls.
I love saying that. I got the world by the balls.
I thought that was you in the promo. Yeah, I didn't know for sure, but I thought it was.
So, just another little plug here. Next week, if all goes as planned, we're going to have Luke Robert and one of the stars of Kill City Cup on the show next week. That's all.
Excellent. That's very
Kill
exciting.
City Cup 2 episode for us.
Ooh, that is phenomenal. That's going to be fun to watch. All right, and we are all over the internet. You can find all of our socials on fnwrestling.com and Pro Wrestling Tees. Let's talk about some t-shirts, guys. You want to do that? You can go to prowrestlingtees.com/fnwrestling, and we've got several shirts up there, including some brand new ones that we can get. This classic one here, modeled by Natalia Markova.
Oh, she makes that look nice.
And we got a few new shirts, guys. I'm pretty excited about these.
I'm loving this is the new Magic of Wrestling shirt.
Yes, the new Magic of Wrestling shirt that I kind of came up with the concept. Liam kind of put together a rough draft. Canada Driver refined it and made it a t-shirt. So it was a collaborative effort between the three.
I also licked it at the end. So if you lick something at the end, you get most of the ownership.
That's pretty gross. That's pretty gross.
That's mine.
And we also have this one. Tell us about this one, Canada Dry.
Oh, I was so worried that this wouldn't get approved. This is the now with sharpshooter action, all up from wrestling show T-shirt. It's got the little Nintendo seal in the corner.
It's a very
and a
good
bullet hole in the action.
Very good looking shirt, and of course, you guys like old school wrestling. Golden Graham, Canada Dry. You guys are old school fans, right?
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
So you can go to prowrestlingtees.com/ who has been featured on a recent episode of Vice's documentary series Dark Side of the Ring. Get you an adorable Adrian Adonis t-shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yes, of course, we have the Ghostbusters Paranormal Busters t-shirt that we didn't have an image of, but I love that shirt too.
Yes. It's like the Ghostbusters logo giving a middle finger. Yeah, it's got a purple and black scheme. Like it looks phenomenal. It's great.
There's also some of our old school shirts, like the one that I'm wearing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that one, the Batman shirt,
yep.
The Game Boy shirt. There's so many that did.
I was looking at them last night, and I was just amazed. Like, we have such good-looking shirts in the effing wrestling store.
Yeah,
like, just amazing. Like, the shirts that we have are so much better than, like, the other podcasters. Like, it looks amazing. So
Yeah,
check
like
'em
our,
out.
our Owen Hart tribute shirt, but to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
Like that is how can you beat that logo?
exactly. Just imagine like the drumming of John Bonham and Owen Hart hitting that enziguri kick on somebody.
Yes, they're
Like,
heading together, aren't they? Right? They could work something out. Maybe
yeah,
a collab.
yeah. I mean, they're both in the afterlife now. They can work together. They probably have collaborated. They probably
They're like,
collaborated
dude,
and
look,
gave
we're
you the
both on a
idea.
shirt, man.
Like, let's give this guy Canada Dry an idea to like use both of us and
Yeah.
make a t-shirt out of it. That'd be really cool.
But the cool thing about the sharpshooter one, so we have a little bit of time here, is that now that we've been approved for that, we can do things like DDT action, make it green with some snakes and shit on it.
Right.
Nice.
We could do all sorts of finishers on there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 'cause,
Canadian Destroyer t-shirt, right?
yeah, I mean, you're not breaking any copyright laws or anything here.
Yeah,
Like, a
but you're using
sharpshooter
their
is a
colors
general
and people
move.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like an implication. It's implied, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those things that kind of straddles the line. It's like a
Yeah,
lot of
so
these
I was like, with the sharpshooter, I was like, either this is going to be really cool or they're just going to say no.
well, I think it's a dope t-shirt. And I plan to get a copy myself, that and the Magic of Wrestling shirt, and I might even get one or two more.
So I don't think Joseph Graham's going to get it because he's a family man. He's got to get the
You can't get the middle
do
fingers,
unto others
right?
good Christian moral shirt.
What are you talking about? I'm a U.S. Marine. I'm an expert student. Of course I'll get
You
this
can walk around fingers if you want
sharpshooter
it.
shirt.
Golden Graham is the resident badass here. All right, he's
Uh-huh.
the U.S. Marine, so yeah.
U.S.
seems like-
Marine / Sunday school teacher.
he
Like
seems
that's
like a very
don't-
nice.
Don't let this
gentleman,
beard fool you, okay?
But he would tear your head off, right?
now when you do the Sunday school versus when you do the Marine stuff, are you able to maybe mishmash them a bit?
No, because I don't do the Marine thing anymore. I'm done. So,
So do you like hail attention to the kids and they're like, oh.
no.
Get up, maggots! It's time to worship Jesus.
You know, because I started out doing Sunday school for like my son who was like 6, like 5, 6-year-olds. And then the last year that I did it for my daughter who was in 6th grade, so like 11, 12-year-olds. They're a little too young to be getting yelled at like recruits. So
Time to worship Jesus, maggots.
All right, gentlemen, we have come to the very last segment of the evening. You guys know how this works. We're going to choose match of the night, segment of the night, and we're going to assign a star rating to this episode of AEW Collision. Golden Graham, I'm going to start with you.
oh man, I don't like this one's a hard one for me to grade because I'll say my match of the night, I'm gonna go with Roddy and Darby. I think that was the best match on the card.
Yeah.
My segment of the night is Danielson. Like just that promo that he gave was awesome. But like I think overall I'm gonna give this like 2.5 bells. Like there's just
Whoa, no.
like I don't know, just this episode left me wanting
Oh my goodness.
something.
I
don't
can't
know
believe
what it
you.
like I don't know, like usually I'm like I just didn't get that feel excited and like energetic about this show tonight for some reason. I don't know why.
I think this was a Joseph Graham problem.
Canada Dry, what do you think?
I love the show from beginning to end. The last match, but overall, with all the segments they did and all the promos they did, it was absolutely great. From beginning to have this nice little flow through it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm giving the best match. I can't believe I'm doing this to Moxley and our good friend. What the hell is his name?
Andretti.
Action Andretti. Yeah, and my favorite segment is definitely going to be Bryan Danielson, and I'm giving this show a 4.
Okay. So we got a 2.75 and we got a 4. I'm kind of in the middle of you guys here, but I'll get to that in a second. So my match of the night, I'm going to basically agree with Golden Graham. I think Roderick Strong and Darby Allin told the best story here. Mox and Andretti was great too. I almost picked that, but then just the overall storytelling, I think, sold me on Strong and Darby. Segment of the night, same as you guys, Bryan Danielson by far. And this show, it was all right. It was kind of middle of the road for me. I'm gonna give it 3 bells. I think that Collision without Punk and FTR has kind of sort of veered away from its identity, in my opinion.
Oh, so is FTR not going to be on it no more?
Well, they weren't on it tonight other than just a short little promo. Like,
Yeah, I
they
think
have
they're
been putting in
back.
really good matches.
I think they're going to be back.
They will be, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, when the episode doesn't have Punk or FTR, it ends up feeling a little flat in certain parts.
Yeah.
So I hope they can kind of steer that back the way it was.
Yeah.
I think I kind of attribute it to this just being the week after 2 back-to-back pay-per-views.
Yeah, a little
Sort
bit
of
of
like a
television
reset.
fatigue. Yeah.
But it's also, if you're watching these pay-per-views, you haven't maybe even come down from it yet.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I totally expect the next week or two to be a lot better than this one, for sure. So I gave it a 3. Canada Dry gives it a 4, and Golden Graham gives it a 2.5. So what does that give us a composite score of, Mr. Graham?
Our average score is 3.16666666, repeating for forever and ever.
For forever?
Now, see,
Basically.
guys, we were talking about church, and we got 666 thrown in here.
Someone does not
You
like
guys got
us
us
talking
cursed.
about the Lord God Almighty.
We can always
Now,
just
if
stop
you-
it at 3.16, and we have Austin, you know. So
Now, if you want to stop the devil,
Exactly.
you guys need to send money below to BigShinyMatrix.com, hotmail.com. You send some money, and the devil's going to lose. You hear that? Give me a hooray.
They'll lose.
hooray!
Hooray.
All right, gentlemen, that is it. That is the entire show. Canada Dry, I'm going to let you do your spiel and close us out for the evening.
All right. Guys, sometimes life is hard. We get hit on all sides, maybe financially, maybe just relationships, whatever it is. Like maybe it's just you're feeling stale. But the important thing is you reach out to some friends. You reach out to us. We'll be there for you. It's that time when you need to stand up. Start moving forward. Dust yourself off. Raise your fist and say, just keep fighting.